launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Monday, October 25th, 2021. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday, which means that it's a new day and a new week. And we've got a brand new update from Logan Franklin coming your way this morning. As we all know by now, Logan failed to earn a qualification for the Olympia this year, thanks in large part to a strategic miscalculation on his part that didn't leave him with enough time to secure a win. And now that he learned that lesson the hard way, it looks like the goal is to not have to learn it again. Because a few days ago, he announced that he was planning to compete at the Shawn Ray Hawaiian Classic in 5 weeks, where I'm sure he'll be looking to lock up the qualification for next year's Olympia. Pound for pound, Logan is one of the most talented athletes in the division. So if he can find a way to get the job done in Hawaii, it'll take a lot of pressure off heading into the off season so he can focus on turning himself into a legitimate top 6 threat. If you're not a believer in fate or a higher power, maybe you will be after this story, because it has to be one of the craziest stories that we've ever done here. Last week, one of our longtime friends, King Kamali, made headlines after he lifted a car and ripped the door off the hinges to save a woman's life after he witnessed a car accident happen in front of him while he was driving with his daughter. King recounted the whole story on his Instagram, so if you want the full details, you can go there to see the video. But the truth of the matter is that what he did that day was literally a matter of life and death. According to reports, the woman King pulled from the car did still suffer major injuries, but she is alive, and she might not have been had it hadn't been for him driving down that road at that moment. We all like to imagine what we would do in a situation like that, but King actually rose to the occasion and did it. He's a real-life superhero, and it just goes to show you that not all heroes wear capes. You're never going to believe this, because I almost didn't believe it when I first saw this story pop up on our radar. But King Kamali wasn't the only bodybuilder who ended up intervening with someone in trouble last week. As it turns out, former classic physique Olympian Deontrai Campbell also found himself in a similar situation. According to Deontrai, he came across a woman on the side of the road who had gotten her car stuck in the mud. And him being the good citizen that he is, he stepped in to try to pull her out. But somewhere in the middle of him helping her get out, he heard 2 loud pops in his arm, which ultimately resulted in him getting an MRI to assess the damage. As of the time we recorded this show, we still haven't heard any official word from Deontrai on what the extent of the damage was. But just goes to show you that the old saying is true, no good deed goes unpunished. We couldn't let you get out of here on a Monday without giving you some International Chest Day motivation before you hit the gym later today. And today's inspiration comes courtesy of Keone Pearson, who hasn't wasted any time jumping right back into it after his 212 Olympia debut a few weeks ago. All things considered, I think this year was a big learning experience for Keone. And even if he didn't win the Olympia like certain people were predicting he would, he still showed that his name belongs in the conversation as one of the very best that the division has to offer. And who knows, the way that things keep turning over in the 212 division, his time could be here a lot sooner than later. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.